Hello, I'm Ben Tyke.
And I'm John Tyke.
And we're identical twins from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the founders of TNT Creative Gaming.
We're here to
ignite game night.
And growing up, game night was our favorite night of the week because it meant getting together as a family to play board games.
And these days, we don't often get to play as many games that we used to growing up.
Mythic Gems is a build-your-own-adventure tabletop board game intended for 1 to 5 players and ages 8 and up.
It relies on memory and forethought to outwit your opponents, but the length of play and complexity is entirely driven by those playing the game.
Back in 2023, we successfully brought Mythic Gems to life by crowdfunding it on a site called Kickstarter, where we raised $15,000.
Since our Kickstarter campaign, we're now in 12 game stores and continue to sell on our website.
However, in order to get Mythic Gems in front of more people, we need 2 things. 1 is better advertising, and 2 is to get in front of those people where they're at, and that's conventions. But those conventions cost a lot of money.
Gen Con, which is North America's largest tabletop gaming convention, had over 71,000 attendees last year. But even the smallest table at that convention cost upwards of $2,000 to $3,000, and that doesn't include travel or lodging.
So we know Mythic Gems is a great game, and we've got some awesome ideas for future games, and we need your help and funding to get those games in front of more people, to bring people together through board games.
Thank you so much for your consideration, and we hope you'll join us next time to
ignite your next game night. Anyone want to learn how to play?
Let's do it.
Cool. It wouldn't be a game night if 2 of us didn't have to sit on the floor, so we're going to join you here if that's cool.
All right, so the basic premise of the game is pretty straightforward. Your goal is to collect a mythic gem from each one of these environment boards and be the first one to get to the finish. However, along the way, people are going to be playing these action tokens face down on the board to block certain paths. Once those action tokens are played face down, you can't flip them over until you activate them.
Now, these action tokens are going to range from helpful. It'll give you +2 on your die roll, making your movement a little farther. There's some neutral ones in the middle, like Grassy Patch, which looks like all of the other action tokens, but has no effect.
But I want to talk to you about our favorite action token that makes this game a little unique. It's called the board rearrange. So see the red player right here? They're really close to making their way to the finish. Blue player, not doing too hot. They got a ways to go. However, with their die roll, they can move their explorer onto the action token, reveal it, and show a board rearrange. The board rearrange allows you to move any or all of the environment boards. To make it simple, they're just going to move the finish board over here. Now that red player is super far behind and the blue player is that much closer to the finish. Just like that, the game can change. And that's Mythic Gems in a nutshell.
Frightening question.
Yeah.
Listening to this and watching this.
Yeah.
Do 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds pick this up quickly?
Yeah.
Very.
I guess I won't ask another question.
How long is it going to take for you to pick
So
it
how
up?
much does it cost you guys to make one of these games?
So the landed cost of this game is $10. We sell it direct to consumer for $40. And then if we're selling to retailers, we sell it to them for $20. In the board game industry, it's pretty common to sell games 50% off to retailers.
Percentage between online, between in the stores?
It's mostly been online or in person at like conventions, or we've been to a few maker fairs where those have been pretty successful for us.
So what are some of the biggest needs you have right now?
So I think our 2 biggest needs are neither of us are great at marketing. Like that's one thing that we struggle with. So social media aspects, if we could get that social media presence, we could get in front of more people. And then probably the biggest need right now, as Ben mentioned, the largest convention, gaming convention in the United States, we don't have a lot of that startup funds to be able to get to those conventions and get in front of more people. So I'd say conventions and marketing.
Well, this is pretty interesting. Thank you, guys.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it. And we hope
appreciate
you'll
it.
think of TNT Creative Gaming the next time you guys have
sure.
your game night.
We appreciate it.
Ignite your next game.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Congrats.